Hi, guys. Welcome back to my podcast. Welcome back to the Within Self podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lindos Kosana. Thank you, thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much and welcome. And if you are listening to this on Spotify, thank you so much for choosing me. I am truly, truly grateful. So, welcome to my little chats. We are back again with another podcast. We are back again with another episode. I am so grateful that I am able to come back, even when it gets hard. I know that I have to show up for me and I also have to show up for you. So, thank you. We are back with another one. So, today we are going to talk about you don't have a horrible life. You don't have a horrible life. You just need to stop thinking that you have a horrible life. It's all about your perspective. It's all about your mindset. How to channel your mindset for you to start thriving and for you to start living the life that you truly, truly desire. So, you know me, I usually like quoting my own life as reference because I remember at some point I was in a situation where I thought I had a horrible life. I was in a rather, let me not say a situation because it was a season. It was a season that lasted 2 years where I thought actually I have a bad life. And until I got to actually realize that, hold on, I do not have a horrible life. I just need to change my perspective. I just need to change the way I view things. Granted, I know it's very hard for a person to see that they have a beautiful life if they're going through some adversity, if they're going through some problems in their life. It's very hard for you to see that you have a good life, that you have a beautiful life. And for me, what worked for me then, I had to start practicing gratitude. And sometimes we sometimes think we can only start practicing gratitude after we get the things that we want. We actually need to go back and look at the things that we already have. We have to look at the things that we already have, not the things that you're hoping for. You really can't say, I'm only going to practice gratitude when I get this. I'm only going to practice gratitude when I get a certain achievement. You have to start practicing gratitude now so that there will be multiplication in your life. There is an analogy that I did the other day, and I said, picture this as God, right? God is the parent, of course, and the parent keeps on giving a child a gift. They keep on giving them what they need for that specific season or what they need at that moment. And the child keeps on saying, no, I want this, but they're not saying thank you. So when God is able to trust you with a little and you also show gratitude, God will also be able to give you more because he sees that, yes, Linda does not have this, but I have given this little to her and yet she is still grateful. So sometimes for us to break out of that mindset of thinking negatively, we need to practice gratitude. We need to see what we are grateful for. And if we do not see what we are grateful for, it is easier for us to fall into the trap of thinking we have horrible lives. No, you don't. It is not over. There's still more to come. You just need to see that for yourself. And look, you have to change your perspective. You have to change how you view things. You have to change how you see things. You have to change your perspective that you have in your life. If you tell yourself that you have a horrible life, and if you think that you have a horrible life, then it will play out in your life. A man is as he think. Whatever that happens in your head, it plays out in your life. How you see yourself in your head, people can already see that based on how you treat yourself and based on how you treat others. So the first step that we need to tackle is channeling our mindset to think that we have a beautiful life, even though we don't have the things that we desire, or even though we are not at our desired destinations. Okay? My husband and I were actually talking about detours in life, and he actually explained to me, and he made an example with, we went to a trip in March. We traveled to Mpumalanga, and he said to me, Mpumalanga is a long drive, right? From where I am, it's about five hours. And he said Mpumalanga is a very long drive. Imagine if we drove to Mpumalanga without stopping anywhere. We had to stop and eat. We had to stop and go to the restroom. We had to stop for sightseeing as well. So that actually helped us in navigating the journey. So life is also like that. As much as we have our desired destinations, this is where we want to be, there will be certain times where you have to stop and you have to learn something, and that will be a life issue. Just because you're dealing with a life issue at this current moment, it does not mean that you're not going to get to your desired destination. Just because it's taking much longer than you expected, it does not mean that you're not gonna get there. So you don't have a horrible life. In fact, we actually frustrate ourselves because we want life our way. And if we want life our way, then clearly we don't need God. Then clearly God is not the God that we say He is in our life. At the end of the day, as much as we have plans, God still has to execute the plan at His own time. There's a Bible verse, Isaiah 60 verse 22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And for me, that verse is, when the right time comes, when God sees fit that this is the right time, I will get what God hopes for me to get, or I'll get my heart's desires. So if I don't wait for God, then it does not make God God. So eventually I just have to sit and wait, because He knows better. He is my parent. He is my Lord. He is my Savior. So if I'm in a hurry, then what if I get it and then it harms me? This one time I was chatting to my husband, and I said, look, it's more like a kid, right? A kid would love to get a car. Every 10-year-old that I know, 10-year-old boy would love to drive a car, okay? Granted, a car is a need for any other person that I could think of in life. Every person needs a car. But God, the parent will not give the kid a car at the age of 10, because the parent knows that, one, it's not the right age. Two, the kid will not use it wisely, or it's not good for them to get it at that age, because it's gonna be a weapon to them. It's gonna be harmful to them. So they have to wait a little bit for the right time to come. And when the right time comes, then the parent is able to say, okay, now it is the right time for you to get the car. So sometimes we make ourselves frustrated because we want things done our own way. And if things don't happen according to the society clock or according to our own clock, we become upset. We get angry at God because it is not happening now and we need it to happen now. You do not have a horrible life. You just need to play your part where you can, and you have to wait on God. And then you also have to change your perspective on how you view things, on how you look at things. Okay? That's all. You just need to change your perspective. And changing your perspective is also understanding that you will also have moments where you think negatively. That is normal, but don't act upon it. I posted a video today on TikTok as well as Instagram, and I said, Fight your negative thoughts. When your negative thoughts say you have a horrible life, fight them by referencing what God says about you, by referencing the word of God. That's how you fight your negative thoughts. That's how life is supposed to be. We as humans are built for inclination. You can't have a smooth life. God did not promise us a life without problems, but He said, when they happen, I will be there and I will pull you out of it. So you have to reach out to the one that has created you, because He knew about the problem before you were even born. So you don't have a horrible life. It's just a season that you're in. Do not allow the season that you're in to bury you in it. Because some people don't pull out of the season. Why? Because they fail to see that it's not a horrible life, it's just a season. And when you're in that season, you're supposed to ask the one that has created you to say, hey, as uncomfortable as it is, I know this season is calling something out of me. I know that this season is calling something out of me. Perhaps I'm supposed to learn something. What do you require me to learn in this season? What am I supposed to learn in this season? And as you navigate those seasons, make sure that you're surrounded by the right people. Because sometimes we're unable to pull out of difficult situations because we're surrounded by the wrong people. People that wouldn't even understand the season that you're in. And granted, it's such a hard season that it's hard to even explain it to people. And that's okay. And what I want you to know is that starting from this coming week, if you felt like you had a horrible life, start changing your perspective. Wake up and see a different world. The world does not change. You have to change. The world does not become a better place. You have to be a better person. So starting from this week, wake up and look at life as a blessing. Wake up and look around with everything that God has blessed you with and see the blessing that is within what you already have. Because you don't have a horrible life. You do not have a horrible life. This morning I was making green tea for me and my husband, and I said, God, I'm grateful that I'm able to drink green tea. There's someone else out there who's unable to even drink tea because they do not have tea. And yet I am able to drink green tea. I've got lights in my home. I've got hot water in my home. And for me, in the season, that is enough, because that will help me step into what God has called me to do. So you don't have a horrible life. Just because you did not get there and someone you know or someone you see has already got there does not mean that you will not get there. You will get there, but not at your time, at His time. Okay? Remember that you don't have a horrible life. You don't. It's just a season. It's just a season. Calm down. Breathe in and breathe out. It's hard, I know. We are all in those seasons. Some people are good at hiding it. And perhaps you feel like yours is greater. And that's valid because it's your life. But feel it, acknowledge it, and look around and see what you already have. And thank God for what you already have. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you. Have yourself a beautiful week. I'll see you on another episode. Bye.